Hey guys, what's up? Bisectatron here from OneHive Gazette, here with the attacks on the no-fly zone base. A lot of you guys wanted to see this thing in action, see if it was really as good as I was talking it up to be. So in this video, I'm showing all of the attacks that you guys, my Town Hall 9 subscribers, had on this base. First of all, shout out to Amandra for the base, a clanmate. If she didn't let me use her base, none of this would have been possible, so I really appreciate her allowing me to use this max Town Hall 9 base. So I wanted to get that out of the way first. But anyway, getting back to the base here, basically, I already went through the ideas in the last video, so check that out if you're wondering why it's laid out. This video is just showing some of the replays on it, and I think there's maybe a few tweaks I would make looking back on it. But regardless, this base defended, I think, 11 out of 12 attacks. Or was it 10 out of 11 attacks? There were either 11 or 12 attacks on this base. Only one of them got the 3-star, and people were able to see the other people attacking, so it wasn't like these were all fresh hits either, which means this base did incredibly well. So I'm super proud of it. I definitely recommend either copying it or building a similar base, which is probably the best option, and it should serve you very well in war. I'll go through towards the end some of the changes I would make, but this is going to be a pretty long video because I'm going to show not every attack. It would be too much to show every attack, but most of the attacks, and I think I wanted to show most people that were there and also show a lot of different attacks that we used on it so you can see how it fares against different things. This first attacker is Ryan, and he is coming in with a dragon attack. So a lot of you guys said just quake the queen in there. I did add that extra layer of walls that I said I would, which makes the person have to use the quakes. They can't just use the wall breakers. So anyway, he uses the king to funnel on one side, and the king actually walks in, which helps. So everything looks, like it's going to go pretty well here. The queen's going into the base. A few healers peel off onto the king, but boom, seeking air mines. I put those there on purpose. That's a great thing to use to counter the queen charge. 2 seeking air mines. She's down to 2 healers. The rage will still keep her up, but it's just a matter of time, especially once the CC troops come out. I think, yeah, right there the CC troops engage her, and she will go down. I think he might miss the ability. That might have prolonged it a little bit, but regardless, I don't think this would have been a 3-star either way. He sent a lava hound in, which popped pretty quickly, so the dragons are on their own. They are pretty tanky, and he does have a few spells for them because he doesn't use those on his queen, but still, the dragons go down pretty fast. There's 2 seeking air mines in that area too, so 2 of the dragons are going to go down to the seeking air mines. Also, the baby dragon doing a little bit of work on them, and all that damage, they get hung up on the CC, the dark elixir storage. There's a little bit of HP in that area, then all the expos, the Teslas, there's 1 air defense still left up. Just too much for these dragons to handle. Awesome defense for that base, and yes, I'll get it out of the way. I was rooting for the base to defend. As much as I like my subscribers, I had to root in favor of the base I built. So 1 successful attack. These aren't in any order. They're in a little bit of an order, but not really. I wanted to mix them up to show the most important attacks and kind of how it did against each type of attack, going through it in order. So this next one is a baby dragon attack. This is Bruno's first attack. We'll see another attack from him later towards the end of the video, but this is his first try at a baby dragon attack, and I think what he learned from watching the first attacker, maybe he didn't watch the first attacker, but anyway, he probably suspected some kind of seeking air mines, so he couldn't come directly at those 4 air defenses, because if you do the same quakes right on top of that cannon by the 2 air defenses there, you're going to lose 2 healers. It's not going to work out for you. So he's trying a little bit of an sideways entry where he's coming in on the side of the base. He's going to drop the quakes a little bit deeper and have a more invasive queen entry. So right there, wall breakers in, the king and a few bowlers. That was a very tricky part of the plan as well. He wants the king and the bowlers to walk around the outside of the base and get the next 2 air defenses, which is definitely doable with a level, I think there's a level 30 king in there, and some bowlers. So definitely a very doable attack right here. You can see the king is doing a good job staying outside the base. He almost came in, but the queen took out some buildings, which made him continue on. There's only a few defenses out there. So this outside part of the base is pretty good against hogs, but stuff that stays outside the base, or stuff that has, is as strong as the queen, isn't going to be phased by the spring traps or some of the stuff I put inside there. But anyway, right here, he drops down that rage, but it's not enough. The queen is going to go down, not on that cannon, but as she steps up here, giant bomb just where we need it, takes the queen out. And we'll see how he improves on this plan towards the end of the video. But basically the queen's down, so he's taken out all 4 air defenses, which is technically his goal, but there's still that stronghold in the middle of the base, or on the top part of the base there, and that is so air heavy. He has a lava hound, he has balloons, he has baby dragons, but still the queen is up, which is very important because the queen is going to bust that lava hound very quickly. The haste will move those balloons in, but there's still a number of defenses plus all those air traps to contend with. A few baby dragons up top that will start moving in. They're going to lock onto the king. The king's actually a pretty good tank for the baby dragons because it takes them a while to take him out, and they have to run around chasing him, so definitely he plays a good role here. Quite a few defenses plus the queen left up. Wasn't able to get the job done, but was definitely onto something, and we'll see how that works out later in the video. Let's move on to the next attack, though. I believe this one is Lil Sebastian. He had a number of attacks. I think I'm only showing one just for the sake of time here in this video. This video is going to be super long anyway, probably close to 20 minutes, so I got to cut them down a little bit. I'm not sure if this was his best attack, but all his attacks were pretty close, I think, all above 75%. And also there's that Troll Tesla. I don't think we've seen it be a factor yet, but there is a Troll Tesla at the top of the base. I switched it up on you guys because initially when I built the base, I think I had it in the left corner. So I wanted to, if anyone was trying to plan based off that, I wanted to throw them a curveball. But right here, Lil Sebastian's coming in with a hog attack, so something a little bit different. We can see how this base does against one of these hog attacks. His heroes are a little bit lower level, so that's definitely a factor. I'm not going to ignore that. So level 30 heroes might have made a difference. We'll see how well he does with the teenage heroes, so to speak. Drops down that jump to let everything move forward, but you can see the parallel compartments that are going the long way. They prevent the troops from moving around the base that much. It kind of limits the mobility, so he has to drop a few hogs, and even them, they don't get very deep into the base. A giant bomb goes off. The bowlers are starting to go down right here. Here come the hogs, but like I said, guys, this bottom part of the base is by no means a friendly base for hogs to have to go through. There's giant bombs, and it's spaced out, so you have to use a heal spell, most likely for each segment. There's that first giant bomb segment by the wizard tower, the middle area that has all the skeleton traps, the single bombs, and the bomb tower. Then up top you have another wizard tower, couple mortars, another giant bomb. So the splash damage is really evenly distributed, meaning it forces the attacker to have a lot of heal spells. Right here he doesn't have any heals left, and he hits that giant bomb. That being said, there's still quite a few hogs left up. I mean, the giant bomb isn't as deadly as it was before it got nerfed a little bit. Before it got nerfed. So he does have a few hogs left up, although they won't get very deep into they will get deep into the last few defenses, and I think they might actually get that archer tower too, but he's not going to have enough time. That spring trap definitely helped between the, and right there, he doesn't even get it, yeah. Almost got that archer tower, and I think had that hog got that archer tower, this might have been a 3-star, because you'll see how close he actually gets. We'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit right here, because he has pretty much all these trash buildings as a given. It's just those last few buildings up top. The town hall obviously has a lot of HP, so he's not going to get through that. I think actually the Troll Tesla was still up. That's the difference. The Troll Tesla, I believe, is still alive and well at the top of the base, so maybe wouldn't have been as close. But let's move on, see the next attacker here. This is Esoteric Kismet, and he's just bringing straight up dragons. Had to show this attack, no offense to Esoteric. I think, I see where he was coming from with the plan, but guys, this is the no-fly zone base, and it's a no-fly zone. So let's watch these dragons and these few lava hounds. It's basically a mass attack. I think what he's planning is he'll drop in his king and his queen towards the end to clean up those last few air defenses. But even these level 4 dragons and level 2 lava hounds that he has, which are fairly powerful at Town Hall 9, are not going to go deep into this base at all. The dragons are down, and I think the lava hounds will go through in just a moment, or maybe not. Actually, yeah, if I remember correctly, these dragons go down so fast, drop one by one. The solution is not any kind of mass dragon. The dragons can be a support troop, but there needs to be something else kind of carrying the weight. I'm not sure if he lost connection, but either way, I think this demonstrated, and no offense to Esoteric if he lost connection, I don't think the plan was that bad. He didn't even drop all his troops, but it just goes to show how powerful that base is, how quickly it takes out those 5 or 6 level 4 dragons. So, moving on to the next attack, this is Destiny, and his plan was actually pretty interesting, and I wish he got to do it again, but I had to go, and a lot of people were kind of jumping in before he could. So this was an interesting plan. He drops down the quake spells, and he has 8 earthquakes, so he gets to basically let his troops move through the entire base. That means he only has 1 rage, but he has the ice wizards, and I was thinking, should I not let people use ice wizards, because they are, you know, maybe in like a week or so they might not even be in the game anymore. Is it worth having them affect the attack? So I went ahead and I didn't say anything, let them use ice wizards. Might have given him a slight advantage, but as he makes his way through, that first giant bomb really took out a lot of his wizards, and I think that was a key there. That really takes out some of his DPS, even though he still has the bowlers, the king, and the queen. So stepping through the base here, gets the queen taken out. He's getting very deep. He has 8 hogs to deploy, so he can kind of drop those around the base as he wants, just taking out some of these defenses that the kill squad can't reach. There is, a few cannons off to the right there that have taken out a few bowlers, and they're kind of holding their own on that side of the base. A little island over there, but everything's moving through. The golems are still pretty healthy. That's one thing, guys. If your troops move through quickly, the golems have a lot of hit points. If you have like 4 of them, they are not going to die against a Town Hall 9 base. There's just not enough DPS unless they're exposed for a long period of time. So anyway, the golems actually step up into this really effective position up there, which makes it so they can tank for essentially any type of troop that walks up. So he has wizards, he has the queen that still has her ability. She is level 30 as well. So everything is converging. There's a minute and 15 seconds left. I thought this might be a 3-star. I think the Tesla up top is going to take out those 2 wizards. They go out of the screen right here, and I didn't move up, so I didn't pan upwards. So I assume because no wizard leaves, the Tesla got them. Yeah, nothing is coming out of there. The Tesla did get them. Yeah, there's the Tesla. The queen moving through. Looks like it's going to be close, but guys, as you can see here, that wizard tower is going to take out the wizards, and from there, the queen, without her ability, can't get through the walls quick enough. She won't get to that last Tesla. We'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit here. It's going to be a 99% 2-star, a heartbreaker, I know, for Destiny, very close, and I think, if he had like a balloon or something for that Tesla, that would have been great, but there it is, not going to allow him the 3-star. Let's keep moving, though. We have Rayan, again, let's look at another one of his attacks. This time he's bringing a hog attack. I think he brought... did he bring a baby dragon attack? I can't remember now. No, that was Bruto. They're all mixing up in my head, but regardless, this is going to be kind of a queen charge, I believe. He's setting the stage for a queen charge, creating the funnel on each side here. And there goes the queen. She's down with her 4 healers. Basically, the idea here, I think, is to wall breaker the queen into that middle part of the base. She doesn't have access to every defense because, like I said, guys, the way the compartments are segmented, if she wall breakers into that middle compartment right there, and you can see here, he kind of opens up the entire, both those compartments, but she still can't reach that top archer tower. The expo's kind of set back. It's not as easy as it looks to do a queen charge here because the compartments are set up to try to inhibit that. So the queen's going to step up. It's going to take a lot of rages because there's so much point damage up there. And I think there's like 3 archer towers on her. Those Expos will get on her too, so a lot of point damage on her. He's going to have to invest quite a few spells, but he still has the ability, which definitely helps. That Wizard's doing work on the outside right there. Takes out an Archer Tower, that's great value. He's starting to hit some of those Seeking Air Mines that are in the base, so either side, if you do a Queen Charge from the direct top or direct bottom, you do have to encounter those Seeking Air Mines. That's one of the strengths of this base, but I thought this attack really exemplified the strength of this base against heal spells. Don't know what that was. I forget that notification, but it exemplifies the strength against heal spells because he has a wave of hogs coming into the base here, but they're hitting the spring traps, they're hitting the giant bombs, and what really helps is that central expo, because as they get to those air sweepers, they have the skeletons on them, and there just doesn't seem to be a heal for that last expo, so the hogs go down. You can see they're, once they don't have that heal on them, once there's the skelly traps on them in that high HP expo, they just can't seem to get through the base quick enough. So this will all make a little more sense when we see how this base was actually 3-starred and kind of what I recommend for the future if you do use this base, which I definitely recommend, even more so after watching the attacks. It's a very strong base. Like I said, I think it was 10 for 11 or 11 for 12. That's an extremely good rate for Town Hall 9, so definitely recommend it. But we'll get to that attack, and I think here it is. This is the attack that got the 3-star, guys. Bruno, I think I was calling him Bruno. Bruno, the only attacker to get the 3-star. A lot of people were really close. There were a lot of 95%, but he was the only one to finish this base off. Let's see how he did it here. Drops in the wall breakers. Pretty similar plan to the first attack from him that we saw back towards the beginning of the video. He's dropping down the queen wall breaking her in. I think he has 5 healers, which I think is a change. I believe he only had 4 healers on that first attack he did. So he's going to go ahead and really make sure the queen is taken care of. Drops the king, drops the bowlers. They're going to do their job, taking out those 2 air defenses that the queen can't reach. There's the quake spells, opening the base up, and really the key against this base is taking advantage of the fact that the cannons don't have as much range, and really that bottom part of the base is a little bit suspect as far as queen charges go. If you avoid the 2 Seeking Air Mines that I put by the bomb tower, kind of, if you come from a different angle like Bruno does here, the base is wide open for a queen walk, so he gets all this taken out, and you'll see how that allows the air part of the attack to just flow much better. The queen is so powerful when she survives this late in the attack. He has another rage for her, plus her ability still in the bag. Starting to drop in these baby dragons. The king is still up. The bowlers are still up behind him, so got great value. Just an amazing plan at the bottom here to take out that bottom part of the base. He really hasn't lost many troops for everything he's invested. So here come the baby dragons, and he'll actually end up swagging quite a bit of troops that we'll see towards the end here. My recommendation, if you're going to use this base, is, first of all, I think it's pretty solid already. It defends against a lot, as we can see. This is a very specific attack, so I think it's hard to, plan certain things for each specific attack. But now that we know this is one way to 3-star the base, you might want to add a little bit more walls in there, or try to add more DPS in some way. Maybe make the Seeking Air Mines a little bit deeper into the base. Right here you can see he swags 5 balloons and a lava hound. It's just mind-blowing how we have everyone else fail, and then he's swagging so much. So awesome attack to Bruno. But like I said, it's hard to know, but you gotta eliminate the queen walk or the queen charge from the side of the base somehow. Maybe you guys know more than I do in the comments, but I think the final verdict on this base is it's definitely a good base to use. I highly recommend it, guys, and just make a few adjustments. Like I said, it should be good to go. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll try to record some live action tomorrow, so look forward to that. See you guys then. Bisectatron out.